How's it going, guys? TheDrunkItalian here. In this video, I'm going to share an idea I had that could revolutionize Hockey Ultimate Team. For the past couple of years, we've only had a couple of options if we wish to upgrade a card. The first option is to continually buy better versions of a card that we wish to upgrade, whether that be through special cards like Team of the Weeks, Player of the Games, or we could invest in one time in a Movember edition and benefit from all its future upgrades. The other, much cheaper option was to buy training cards and, in combination with durations, use them to upgrade the card of your choice as much as possible for a maximum of 15 games. However, this option has since been destroyed due to the removal of duration cards. In my opinion, both of these upgrade methods violate what I believe Hockey Ultimate Team should be about. Both of these options force players to buy their way to a good team rather than playing their way to a good team. HUT has become more about the newest team of the week than it is about actually playing the game. When I play HUT games, I don't feel much satisfaction because I know it will take me a ridiculous amount of games to use the coins earned from those games to buy a superstar player. In the end, isn't that what we all want? Is to be able to build a dream team and play games with the best players. Currently, this is just a fantasy for the average $80 player, and for me personally, I have gone through 3 whole years without getting to play with a single 90+ overall card. If I wanted a Jonathan Toews on my HUT team, I will most likely have to spend real hard-earned money on packs just to have any sort of chance of pulling cards with enough value equal to a Toews, or with the off chance, 1 in a million chance of actually pulling a Jonathan Toews. So no, I'm not asking for HUT pack odds to be boosted or for gameplay coin payouts to be increased. I realize that not everyone can have a Toews on their team, and that's perfectly fine. What I'm asking for is really to give everyone the chance to earn good players, not buy them. This is why I'm introducing Hockey Ultimate Team Player Potential and Player Streaks, an all-new player growth system that will allow players to earn temporary upgrades to their cards rather than buying them. The concept is fairly simple. Say you've got a Jack Eichel in your collection. His base card is 82 overall, so compared to other gold players, his card is fairly weak. However, you're a die-hard Sabres fan and love playing with him, but at 82 overall, his card just isn't good enough. So instead you sell him, spend $20 on packs, hopefully pull some good players, sell those players to have enough coins to buy a Tyler Seguin. Cool, you got a Tyler Seguin, but you're also $20 poor. What if you could instead grow your Jack Eichel card to 89 overall for free simply by playing games? This is where player potential and player streaks come in. With player streaks, you can now grow your Eichel card by playing well with this card and going on point streaks. Point combinations, streaks, and their effect on a player's overall is up for debate, but the main point is that you'll be able to grow and maintain a player's growth simply by having that card play well for you in games. As a number 2 overall pick in 2015, Eichel is projected to be a franchise player and superstar for the Buffalo Sabres. He will therefore likely have a higher starting potential than, say, Patrick Kane, who is currently in the prime of his career at 90 overall. So because of this, there will be a greater range of improvement for Eichel as compared to Patrick Kane, as shown by the 5 starting potential for Eichel and only 2 potential for Kane. Now let's say that you played 3 games with Eichel and in each game he had a multi-point game. This will earn him a 3-game hot streak, and will therefore increase his card stats by +3 in each category, and increasing his overall to 85. Now, say that you continue to play games with him, and his increased speed and shot has allowed you to score even more points with him and continue his point streak further. Let's say this continues for another 4 games, resulting in a 7-game hot streak. However, as you can see, this will only result in an overall stat boost of +2. Since Eichel's potential was only 5, his growth will be capped at 5 until you put a potential card on him to increase his overall potential. If you wish that Eichel's overall be able to increase further during his streak, you'll have to put a skater potential card on him. Once you do that, you'll see that his overall potential has increased from 5 to 10, and now he is able to realize the full power of his 7-game hot streak, increasing his stats by another 2 points to bring him up to 89 overall. There are a few advantages to this system. The first is that you don't have to spend a single HUT coin or dollar to grow your players. The second is that this will make initially lower overall players a viable option to use in HUT, which will lead to more diversity amongst HUT teams. Bronze and silver players won't just be for collecting anymore, you'll actually be able to grow and play with them. As we all know, however, hot streaks inevitably come to an end. When this happens, the player's hot streak will reset and they will drop down to their original base overall. Player potential and streaks provide users with the ability to grow their cards to better overalls. However, they must sustain their performance on the ice in order to maintain the player's growth. Should you wish to have a permanently high overall player, you'll still have to go to the auction house and buy them. In addition, player overalls will not carry over between teams, and so once a player is bought on the auction house, his streak will end. This is to ensure that the market does not get affected by inflated overalls, and so that the player growth will only be given to the player that earned it. Cold streaks work the same way as hot streaks, although they have a negative effect on a player's overall. For example, if you own a Patrick Kane and he does not produce points for a few games, he will enter a cold streak and his overall stats will drop. Let's say he has a starting potential of 2 and he's on a 2-game cold streak. He will therefore drop to an 88 overall while on a 2-game cold streak. Say this streak continues for 3 more games. His overall will not be affected since his potential is currently at 2 and no potential cards have been placed on him. However, say you did put a potential card on Kane in the hopes of additional room for growth during a hot streak. Since potential cards increase a card's potential range, they provide more growth during hot streaks, but also provide more decline during cold streaks. This introduces a risk and reward aspect to player potentials. So this is where the cold streak card will come into play. It operates similar to the goalie fatigue cards, except that they reverse the negative effects of a cold streak up to a certain amount. So with players on cold streaks, you can either be patient and play your way out of a cold streak, or you could just go to the auction house, pick up a cold streak card, and apply it to your struggling players for a quicker remedy. I can see 2 main benefits from implementing player potential and streaks on HUT. Number 1, it will be easier for the $80 player to experience playing with high overall players. This will not prevent them from buying packs in the long run because streak boosts are temporary, and should they wish to have a permanently high overall team, they must continue to buy packs and work the market to afford those players. Number 2, HUT teams will be more diverse. It is a lot more likely that players will try growing lower overall players to save coins or perhaps to try out their favorite bronze, silver player that would otherwise not be able to compete against NHL superstars. This will diversify the kind of teams that you'll see in Hockey Ultimate Team, and you will not run into the same superstar players every single game. So that about wraps up this video. If you think that this would be a good addition to the game, be sure to let the EA developers and GameChangers know about it. Also, if I may have glossed over some glaring problems with this idea, please leave a comment letting me know. I've got a lot more ideas to help improve the NHL series, so feel free to subscribe and stay tuned for my next new idea. Thanks for watching, boys. I'll see you in the next one.